Yes, hi friends. In previous session, we are already discussing about algorithm for quicksort mechanism. In this session, we are mainly concentrating on how to trace all the elements using quicksort mechanism, right? So here, for that purpose, I am taking algorithm. So based on this algorithm, I can trace all the elements and arranging all the elements in the form of ascending order, right? So here we are already discussing this algorithm in previous session, right? So here I am taking one example. Now in this example I am considering n is equivalent to 5. So number of elements in the array is 5. So here I am taking one array 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So index starts from 0. So this is array A, right? So here I am taking 6, 2, 7, 1, 0. So this is our array. By using quicksort algorithm, we can arrange all the elements in the form of ascending order, right? So here I can trace all the elements. So first of all, before going to this algorithm, initially you can set some values, I value, j value, as well as pivot position. Now in quicksort, pivot position is said to be either starting element or ending element or at any position, right? So you have to take any position. That position is said to be pivot position. So here initially I am taking pivot position is a of 0. Fine. So here I am taking I value is said to be 0. J value is said to be n minus 1. So n minus 1 means 5 minus 1, which is equivalent to 4. So that's why this is the J position. What is pivot position? Pivot is equal to a of 0. So a of 0 is nothing but 6, right? So after set all initial values, then we are checking these conditions. Fine. So first of all, we are checking this condition while I less than j. So I less than j means 0 less than 4. Condition is true. So then we are checking this condition. So once this condition becomes failure, then only we can enter into the another condition, right? So what is the next condition? While a of I less than or equal to pivot, a of 0 means 6 less than or equal to pivot position is 6. Pivot element is 6 less than or equal to 6. Condition is true. So once this condition becomes true, then we are incrementing the I value, right? So what is I value? I is equal to 1. So initially I value is 0, incremented by 1, that is 1. Now I position is this. We are comparing, again we are checking the condition. 2 less than or equal to 6. Condition is true. Again I is incremented by 1, right? Again we are checking the I value to pivot position. 7 less than or equal to 6. Condition is true or false? False. So that's why we are not incrementing the I value. So previous value is set to be I value. I is equal to 2. So once this condition becomes failure, the control will be passed to next condition checking. That is a of j greater than pivot. What is a of j value? So a of j, a of 4. So a of 4 greater than pivot. So pivot is 6. So a of 4 means 0. So 0 greater than 6. Condition is failure. So that's why we are not decrementing the j value. What is the previous value? J is equal to 4. That is said to be j value, right? So j is equal to 4. Once this condition becomes failure, again we are checking one more condition in while loop, right? So what is next condition? I less than j. If I less than j, what is I value? 2 less than 4. Condition is true or false? True. So that's why we are executing this procedure. Swap a of I comma a of j. Where a of I, a of 2 comma a of j, a of 4. So after swapping, array becomes like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can swap a of 2, a of 4. What is a of 2? 7. 7 is placed at a of 4th position. 0 is placed at a of 2nd position, right? So remaining elements are same. 6, 2. So after completion of entire execution, again we can check the same condition. So here what is the initial value? This is the I, this is the j, this pivot is said to be a of 0, right? So that is 6. Again we are checking the same conditions, right? So here what is the next one? What is the next step? I less than j. I less than j means 0 less than j, 4. Condition is true or false? True. So that's why we can execute this condition while a of I less than or equal to pivot, right? So while a of I less than or equal to pivot means a of I, a of 0, 6 less than or equal to 6, right? So condition is true, then we are incrementing the I value, right? So what is I value? I is equal to 1, right? So then again we are checking the condition a of I 2 less than or equal to 6. Condition is true. I is incremented by 1. So I position is this one. We are comparing to pivot. So 0 less than or equal to 6. Condition is true. Again we are incrementing the I value 3. Again, so 1 less than or equal to 6. Condition is true. I is incremented by 1. Right. So then we are checking 7 less than or equal to 6. Condition is failure. So that's why you can stop the increment process. So previous value I value is set to be 4. Right. So after checking this condition becomes failure. Then we are checking one more condition, a of j greater than pivot. Right. So here I am checking a of j greater than pivot. A of j greater than pivot. So what is a of j? A of 4, 7 greater than pivot 6. 7 greater than 6 condition is true. So that's why j is decremented by 1. So j value is 4 decremented by 1, that is j is equal to 3. Now 1 greater than 6. 1 greater than 6. Condition is failure. So that's why we are not decrementing the j value. So previous value is set to be j value. Once this condition becomes failure, again we are checking the one more condition. If I less than j, what is I value? 4 less than 3. So condition is failure. So that's why we can execute the else part. So in else part, what we are doing? Swap a of j, comma pivot. So a of j means a of 3, swap a of 3 pivot. So pivot value is 6 na. So pivot is 6. So now array becomes like this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So here I am swapping a of 3 with 6. So a of 3, what is a of 3 value? 1, 2, 0. What is pivot position? Third position, that is 6, 7. And return j, which means pivot position, j position is said to be pivot position. Now pivot points this one. So once pivot position has been changed in the array, at the place of pivot position, we can divide the entire array into two subarrays. This is one array. This is pivot element. This is another array. Right? So this element is sorted. Once pivot position has been changed, that element has been sorted. This is left subarray, right subarray. So here we are observing one thing. All the elements are less than when compared to pivot position. Right subarray contains greater elements when compared to pivot position, right? So here I am taking, this is one array, this is another array, left subarray, right subarray. This element has been sorted. So that's why we are need not to apply any process for this pivot position, right? So here this is left subarray, index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I am applying the same procedure for left subarray and right subarray until all the elements are sorted in the array. We can apply recursively this procedure, right? So here I am taking right subarray. So what is right subarray? 7. So 7. So for this I am set all the I, j pivot positions. This is I. This is also j. So index is 4. This is pivot, right? So here we are applying this procedure while I less than j. So I less than j means I value is 4, j value is also 4. 4 less than 4. Condition is failure. So that's why we need not to executing this procedure, right? So once this condition becomes failure, what is the meaning of that one? The entire array is already sorted. So that's why we need not to apply this procedure, right? So that's why this array is already sorted. Pivot position is already sorted. So that's why we are taking which array? Left subarray. Left subarray. So what is the left subarray? 1, 2, 0. Right? So what are the indexes? 0, 1, 2. So this is already sorted. 7 right subarray is already sorted, right? So here I am taking this array. So 1, 2, 0. So for this array I am set I, j pivot positions. What is I? This is I, this is j. So what is the pivot? A of 0, which means 1. Pivot position is set to be 1, right? So here we are checking the conditions for left subarray. For left subarray, what is left subarray? 1, 2, 0. So this is I, this is j. Pivot is 1, 0, 1, 2. These are the indexes, right? So here I am taking I less than j. 0 less than 2. Condition is true. 0 less than true. Condition is true. 0 less than 2. Condition is true. Then we are entering into this loop. A of I. A of I means A of 0. 1 less than or equal to pivot 1. Condition is true. I is incremented by 1. I is equal to 1. Right? So 2 less than or equal to 1. Condition is failure. So that's why I value is set to be 1. Right? So after completion of this condition, then we are checking this one. Right? So when A of j greater than pivot. A of j means 0 greater than 1. 0 greater than 1 is failure. So condition is failure. So that's why we are need not incrementing the j value. J value is set to be 2. So once this condition becomes failure, again we are checking one more condition. What is the condition? I less than j. 1 less than 2. Condition is true. 1 less than 2. Condition is true. So that's why we can swap A of 1, A of 2, A of I, A of j. Right? Now array becomes like this. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So we are swapping A of I, A of j. So that is A of 1. What is A of 1? A of 1, A of 2 means 0, 2. This is 1. Now array becomes like this. So for this array, we are applying the same procedure recursively. Once all the conditions checking has been completed, we are setting initial values. This is I, this is j. So pivot position is set to be 1. Pivot position is set to be A of 0, that is 1. Pivot position, right? So again, we are applying the procedure recursively while I less than j. So 6, 7 is already sorted, right now? 6, 7 is already sorted. Right. So we are applying the same procedure recursively. While I less than j, 0 less than 2, condition is true. So that's why we are applying this procedure. A of I less than or equal to pivot 0, A of I 1 less than or equal to pivot position, pivot element is 1. So 1 less than or equal to 1, condition is true. I is incremented by 1, I is equal to 1. So 0 less than or equal to 1, condition is failure. So that's why we are not incrementing I value. Previous value is set to be I value. So after completion of this one, j is we are checking j condition. What is A of j? So A of j is 2. 2 greater than pivot 1. 2 greater than 1. Condition is true. J is decremented by 1. J is equal to 1. Right. So then 0 greater than 1. Condition is failure. So that's why we are need not to decrementing the j value. Previous value is set to be j value. So after completion of these two conditions, we are checking this condition I less than j. What is I? 1 less than j. J means 1 less than 1. So condition is failure. So that's why we are executing else part. In the else part, swap A of j comma pivot. A of j comma pivot, right? So what is A of j value? Swap A of j. A of j value is A of j. What is A of j? A of 1 comma pivot position. So pivot element is 1, right? So swap A of 1 comma 1. What is A of 1 value? 0, 0, 1, 2, right? So what is A of 1 value? 0. Pivot position is 1, right? So 0, A of 1, 1, 2, and pivot position is, J position is said to be pivot position, right? So this is pivot position. So once pivot position has been changed, this can be divided into two sub-arrays, that is 0, 1, 2. 6, 7 is already sorted now. 6, 7 is already sorted. So here this is left subarray, this is right subarray, right? So this element is already sorted. Why? Because pivot position has been changed. So this is left subarray, this is right subarray. For these two subarrays, we are applying the procedure recursively. So this is I, this is J. So pivot is 0. For this is I, this is J, pivot is equal to 2. Indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we are checking the condition while I less than J, 0 less than 0. Condition is failure, so that's why we are need not to apply this procedure. Why? Because this is already sorted array, right? So again we are checking right subarray. For this right subarray we are checking the condition 2 less than 2. Condition is failure, we are need not to apply the procedure. Why? Because this is already sorted array. So finally, what is the sorted array? What is the sorted array? Zero, 1, 2, 6, 7. So this is the sorted array, right? So this is about quicksort mechanism, right? So in quicksort mechanism, pivot element as said to be starting value or ending value or at any value. You have to take any position. So according to my consideration, I am taking pivot element is the starting position, right? So and one more thing, we are discussing time complexity. Time complexity for quicksort. So time complexity can be represented with the help of best case, average case, worst case, right? So here best case time complexity for quicksort is big O of n log n, big O of n log n. Average case for quicksort time complexity is big O of n log n. Worst case is big O of n square. So order of n log n, order of n log n, order of n square. So these are the time complexities for quicksort, right? So if you have any doubts regarding to this session, please post your doubts in comment section. Thank you.